Welcome to Responsible Gambling and You, a short training program for people who sell Oregon Lottery games. It was created by Oregon Lottery with direct input from retailers as well as experts in responsible gambling training. You might be wondering what responsible gambling means to you and why it's important to your customers. Responsible gambling is an approach that guides how we develop, promote, and sell games like Scratch-Its, Powerball, Oregon's Game Megabucks, and Keno. Responsible gambling includes having good policies such as age restrictions and line-of-sight requirements for lottery-to-go vending machines, helping customers understand the odds of winning, people playing within their time and money limits, and perhaps most importantly, responsible gambling simply means that customers are given good information about the games so they can decide for themselves how they want to play. So, responsible gambling is many things, but it cannot happen without you. Your daily interaction with customers puts you in an ideal position to promote responsible gambling. And promoting responsible gambling simply means having a conversation. This conversation usually is a short and friendly one where you share some facts with customers to help them understand how the games work or answer their questions about where to get more information or help. We aren't asking you to be the lottery police. We are asking you to recognize conversation openings in the common situations you face when selling lottery games and to use the techniques we will cover in this course. What can retail staff actually do? This program addresses common situations most retail staff face and gives you techniques for having responsible gambling conversations. But before we look at these everyday situations, it's important to know what promoting responsible gambling is and is not. Promoting responsible gambling is having a conversation with customers, offering good information about the games, providing brochures about resources and help available for people who want to change how they gamble, a joint commitment you made with the Oregon Lottery. And remember, promoting responsible gambling is always a conversation and never a confrontation. Promoting responsible gambling is not counseling people, singling out customers as having gambling problems, intervening, convincing customers to change how they gamble, arguing or confronting. There are 6 things every retailer needs to know to promote responsible gambling. Let's take a look at the following. 6. Age verification. Lottery games cannot be sold to anyone under the age of 18. 5. Vending. Some retail locations have lottery vending equipment known as a lottery to go. This equipment must be within retailer line of sight and, if necessary, can be remotely disabled to prevent underage customers from purchasing tickets. 4. Oregon Lottery website. OregonLottery.org has additional details on how games work, remaining prizes, gambling myths, and links to problem gambling resources. This website address is on all lottery products and brochures. 3. Game-specific information. Lottery provides every retailer with a variety of displays and brochures that detail how games work. You can find information on game odds for all the lottery jackpot games inside the All Jackpot Games How to Play and the Keno How to Play brochures. It's important that these materials are easily accessible to both players and retail staff. Players can also find odds for individual games on the back of each ticket or in more detail on the lottery website. 2. Information on help for gambling issues. Lottery also provides brochures on resources and help available for people with gambling issues and for people who wish to make changes to their gambling. It's important that these materials are easily accessible to both players and retail staff. These brochures include a helpline number that connects people to free, confidential help for gambling issues. The helpline number, 1-877-MY-LIMIT, is included on all lottery game tickets in addition to being on brochures. 1. Free professional confidential help is available. Perhaps the most important thing to know is that Oregon Lottery revenues fund problem gambling treatment. This means that people who want to quit or change how they gamble, or even people who are affected by someone else's gambling, can access free, confidential, and professional treatment that works. Why promote responsible gambling? Some retailers wonder, if I promote responsible gambling, will I turn off customers or lose business? Many people who have had that concern find out that, in fact, the opposite is most often true. Promoting responsible gambling is good for business. How is that possible? Simply stated, responsible gambling can help us in our shared goal of having lifelong customers playing at levels they enjoy and can afford. When people gamble more than they should, we can actually lose them as customers. Promoting responsible gambling also shows we care about our customers, creates trust with the public, and helps retail staff more easily respond to common situations. Earlier we said that promoting responsible gambling was simply having good informative conversations. We're going to spend the next several minutes talking about recognizing the signs that could lead to a responsible gambling conversation and that might be helpful to a customer. Scenario 1. How the games work. Some customers might invite a responsible gambling conversation by telling you directly that they don't really understand how the games work or the odds of winning. These customers might also complain about their losses. In many cases, these are regular customers who will be receptive to your customer service efforts of providing them with good information about how games really work.
Look, I bought 50 tickets this weekend and I didn't win anything. The odds say 1 in 5 is a winner. I lost on every single ticket. I should have won something.
Scenario 2. The chasing customer. A customer who is chasing is usually trying to win back their losses. Sometimes they stay in a retail location and continue purchasing tickets, believing they are bound to hit big if they just keep on playing or that they are due to hit. This is especially true of instant gratification games like Scratch It and Keno. These customers sometimes impact the store by creating lines or frustrating other customers. Customers who are chasing might create an opening for a responsible gambling conversation by indirectly telling you they don't understand the odds of winning.
Oh, the Keno 8 spot hasn't hit in a while. It's due to hit. It's only $1 per game, so if I keep playing, I'm bound to hit it and win back much more than I spent.
Scenario 3. The customer who asks for help. A very clear sign that someone is inviting a responsible gambling conversation is when they directly ask for help, either for themselves or for a family member.
Hi there. I was hoping you could help me out. I was wondering if you could stop selling tickets to my mom. She's in here every day. See, here's her picture. I think you recognize her, right? We can't afford the amount she spends here. My dad has been living on macaroni and cheese for a month now because she's spending everything on Keno. You need to ban her from playing.
Before we look at how to respond to the scenarios you just saw, let's look at some tips that can help guide you when these situations come up. The goal is to be able to offer information to the customer without creating an awkward situation for you, them, or other customers. Often you will have a responsible gambling conversation while doing other things or with other customers nearby. This is why it's important for both the How to Play and the Problem Gambling resource brochures to be nearby and the conversations describing the brochures to be a normal part of a customer's experience in your store. Here are some do's. Be friendly. Keep the conversation brief and have brochures close by. Give honest answers and accurate game information. Be non-judgmental to avoid embarrassing customers. Ask if you can offer them information or a brochure that has helped others with the same questions they have. If they say yes, simply provide it along with any other items they may have purchased. And some don'ts. Do not judge, argue, or try to convince the customer. Do not diagnose them. This means do not tell them they have a gambling problem. Only the customer can decide this. Do not get overly involved or take things personally. Do not engage with the customer if you feel threatened or believe the situation will escalate. Let's return to those scenarios and demonstrate responses using these tips. Scenario 1. How the games work.
Yes, sometimes customers wonder why they aren't winning more when they buy several tickets. Can I give you some more information about how these games work? When the odds are listed as 1 in 5 on a scratch ticket, it means for all the tickets produced for the game, and that can be millions. It's explained in detail on the lottery website if you'd like to go take a look.
Scenario 2. The chasing customer.
Yes, a lot of customers like to play the 8 spot and try for the big jackpot. When the jackpot hits, it's completely random. No one can predict when that will happen. Would you like to see some information on how the jackpot works?
Scenario 3. The customer who asks for help.
I really don't have the authority to bar anyone, but I would like to help you. Can I tell you about services that have helped other people with your question? They could be right for your family. Here's a pamphlet for people who are concerned about someone's gambling. There is even help available for family members of people with gambling issues. It's professional, free, and confidential too.
Congratulations! You've completed the Responsible Gambling in You program for lottery retailers. We know this information will help you in your day-to-day work promoting responsible gambling with customers. Remember, we can't do it without you. If you ever need more information, you can always find it at the click of a button at www.oregonlottery.org.